What's up, y'all? This is John from New England Prepper Society, and today we're going to distinguish the difference between a sheepdog and a soldier. Before I get into it, first I want to discuss what is a sheepdog, what is a soldier. I do have another video out on the sheepdog mentality. Go check that out if you need me to elaborate on a sheepdog, but paraphrased, a sheepdog is someone who has it in them to protect others. They're just protectors by nature, and this is what they do. A soldier is someone who's contracted by the U.S. government for volunteer service that goes out and conducts military operations, right? The military distinguishes between enlisted and officer careers. Enlisted personnel make up about 82% of the armed forces and carry out military operations. The remaining 18% are officers, military leaders who manage operations and enlisted personnel. About 8% of officers are warrant officers, who are technical and tactical experts in a specific area. Army aviators, for example, make up one group of warrant officers. Enlisted personnel typically do the following: participate in or support military operations, such as combat or training operations, or humanitarian or disaster relief, operate, maintain, and repair equipment, perform technical and support activities, supervise junior enlisted personnel. Big difference between a soldier and a sheepdog. Do not get them mixed up. Do not combine them. They are two different things. Now, I have a point to this. Some, not all, some civilians, keyword civilians, are sheepdogs. They do sheepdog things. They go to the grocery store, they go to the library, they go out in public, and they just notice things. They keep an eye on their surroundings. They see if anyone is a potential threat, and they have the capabilities to deal with it. That is a sheepdog. Sheepdogs take care of themselves, take care of their health. Sheepdogs train. They train for the day they may have to get physical. Sheepdogs know how to de-escalate. But we are civilians. I am a civilian. I am not a soldier. First, let's just line that out. People that are listening to me are either retired veterans, retired military, or some may be active duty. But for the most part, we're all civilians. And many are civilians first. It's important to distinguish the difference between the two, because there's a lot of LARPing and a lot of pretending out in this world, in this prepper world, of people who have this mentality that they're going to just go into combat and play a combat role in an SHTF environment, and that is not true. It's not all about combat. But I say that to say this. If you have guns, S or singular, plural or singular, if you have gear, if you have kits, if your rifles aren't zeroed, if you don't train, if you don't go out there and wear your chest rig or your body armor, and you don't do your walks in it to test it out, if you have gear that you do not test in the field, you're LARPing. You're pretending. That's pretending. Because you think that one day when the balloon goes up, you're going to grab your kit and your gear and you're just going to know everything. And you're going to rise to the occasion. That's pretending. Having the equipment and never using it, never putting it on. If you have a chest rig and you never wore your chest rig, you're doing this wrong. Listen to me. If you have a chest rig and you never wore your chest rig or body armor, you are doing this completely wrong. If you do not walk around with your chest rig and your rifle and your magazines, if you do not know what that weight feels like, if you do not go out there and shoot with this on, if you don't shoot with gloves on, with goggles on or glasses on, in your full gear, whatever that looks like, you are pretending. You know what you're doing? You're literally just stacking your sneakers on top of each other and looking how pretty it looks in your closet. And that is a pretender. When I go out in my property and I wear my kit, I am not pretending. I am practicing because I know one day I may have to wear this. I am not a soldier. I am a civilian. But I understand that I have to shoot my rifle. I have to shoot my pistol. I have to get uncomfortable. I have to be able to shoot tired. Doing 4-mile hikes in the woods in mud and sludge. With 40 pounds of equipment on me. Be able to breathe in any weather. I gotta know what my boots feel like. I need to know what my belt feels like. I need to know what that sling feels like around my neck for 4 hours. Making my neck raw. Because I want to know what to expect when the occasion happens. And if you are not doing that, if you're not wearing your stuff, if you're not practicing with your stuff, if you don't have more than 5 magazines, if you don't have more than 90 days of food, if you do not have a plan, then this is a game to you. You are pretending. You have a rifle you never shot. You're pretending. You have a gun you never shot. You're pretending. You never did a mag change. You're pretending. And that needs to stop. Because you're making the people who take this serious look stupid. This is not about dressing up and playing to be a soldier. This is not about pretending the world is ending. This is about breaking your boots in. This is about sweating outside. This is about carrying your gear and making yourself suffer so you can know what it feels like. I make a final point here. Not everyone is built or equipped to mentally handle violence or any type of conflict. I understand that. And I'm not saying everyone should go and do this. But you're going to have the ones who are built to handle violence and to handle conflict, that take this stuff serious. And you should separate yourself from someone who takes it serious if you're going to continue to play the LARP game, if you're going to continue to play the pretend game, if you're going to buy equipment and tools and put them in a toolbox and never use them. Separate yourself from that. That way, when you get around the real ones who train in their equipment, who train with their tools, who put their tools on and don't just take pictures in the mirror with it, distinguish yourself as someone who's pretending. But what you should never do is tell someone who's actually training that they're pretending to be a soldier. Because you don't tell someone who practices in their field that they're pretending to be the person that they're training for. You don't tell people who know and understand that the system is going to collapse, and someone that's training for it, that he's pretending. That is all I gotta say. Hopefully what I'm saying resonates. Stay tuned for my next video.